Us. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel for a Halloween special. We will be playing through this game that I absolutely adore, called Died Laughing, written by one of my favorite game writers and content creators, who you may have heard of before, because I've been bragging a little bit on this channel about him and the upcoming game I'll be playing. That is, of course, Craig here to my right, I guess your left. He will be playing Randolph for us tonight, and I just want to give him a second. Introduce yourself, Craig, and do you mind telling us a little about this awesome game we're going to play tonight?
Hi, yeah, I'm Craig Campbell. I'm the guy at NerdBurger Games, and this is Die Laughing. It is a short play, GM-less horror comedy game. Everybody's portraying a character in a horror comedy movie, and we're all gonna die. And it's just a question of making it funny, and when it all happens. And when your character's gone, there's also other things for you to do in the story. So it kind of solves that problem of horror movies or horror games where characters die, and then you're like, well, what do I do now? There's all sorts of things for people to do in this game. So that's the basic gist.
Yeah, that is the basic gist. So one of the things I love about this game is the fact that it is GM-less. So instead of introducing myself as a GM, because I'm not, I'm just a player tonight. And I want to go around and I want to meet all the other players. So you had the Craig, of course, is with us. And let's just kind of go around, I guess we'll go backwards, because since Craig went. So Katie, how are you?
I'm well. I'm glad I get to play this. I love GM-less games anyway. They're my favorite kind of game. Yeah. And then I love horror games. Those are also my favorite genre.
Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why I knew I wanted to ask you to come play with us.
Especially this kind of B-movie, shticky, kitschy kind of game. I'm really excited for it. I'm playing Lily Vanderberg of the West Point Vanderbergs, the preppy.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes, I'm very excited to play.
Awesome. And next up, we have Virus here with us today. How are you, Virus? Oh, I think you're muted. Maybe, can you speak now? No, we have no sound from you. So strange. Oh, no. Okay, while he checks out, we'll move on to Rim, and he'll be right back with us. Oh, there it goes. Oh, look, just because I said let's move on. See? You just have to threaten the technology a little bit. How are you, Virus?
I'm fashionably late.
So, yeah, introduce yourself and tell us which character you're playing tonight.
I'm Virus. I will be playing Bob Smith. I'm an office worker, and I'm hopefully not going to get set on fire.
No promises, Bob.
No, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no promises, Bob. And next up we have Rim Farr, who of course is a good friend of mine. And
hey everyone, it's me, Rim. You tune in for a Chelsea game. You're going to get stuck with me, so deal with it. I'll be playing Barbara Bath. I'm a cheerleader, and let's just get things aggressive. Be aggressive. We're gonna do it, guys.
It is time. It's time to be aggressive. And last but certainly not least, somebody that I'm excited to get back on the channel, and will be coming back on the channel even later in the year. Eris, how are you?
I'm good. Today I'm going to be playing Avery, man. I'm the stoner. Everything's gonna be fine. I do have a lighter if you need some fire.
The important things. And I, of course, am Little Red Dot. This is my channel, and I will be playing Bert. Bert the cop. He's all business. He's actually a sergeant, not just any cop. And he has one duty in the world, which is to protect this town and all the people in it. Except for the stoners. Because he's a cop. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so tonight, this is a little bit, I'll call it a learn by play, so we're going to be feeding you a little bit of information here at the top to get us going, but the game is really easy to pick up on. It focuses on a 6d6 system. Everybody starts with 6d6. The characters, in this case, we're pulling straight from the game. And most importantly, and I just want to put this out there, if you like the game tonight, guess what? The Kickstarter for it launches tomorrow morning, which means you can go straight over there, back it, and then get your own copy of it, which is how the world should work. So go get your own copy in the morning. I'll be releasing a link tomorrow morning. So will Craig here. So go follow both us and him here on the channel. So let's just kind of start. I'm kind of the pecking order, or the order in which we will be taking turns, because it is a turn-based game. Since there is no GM, we are going to start with Craig and move clockwise around the screen. So Craig to me, and so forth and so on. So Craig, to get us started, where and how do we even begin this game? We know who we are.
Right. I think what we will do is we will start with you, Chelsea, as playing the lead character for the first scene.
Great.
So that way, and whoever is the lead character for the scene, and that will rotate around the circle as we go. The person to their right is the director for that scene. And so that puts me in the director role for the first scene. So I can kind of kick this off and everybody can see how this goes.
Yeah.
Basically, the game works like this. There's a structure in the game book that is set up in acts and scenes.
Yep.
And we're going to start in Act 1. There's a second act and a third act. And there are triggers built into, like, to tell you when you move to the next act. And then while you're in that act, you'll roll, whoever the director is will roll 2d6, add them together, and that'll give you a scene. The scene just has a prompt. It's got a name, and then a little setup blurb that the director then reads to let everybody know what the scene's going to be about. The lead character, or the lead player, then decides who else is going to be in that scene with them. And that can be as many or as few as they want. The more people you bring into scenes, the faster the game goes, because we kill people a lot faster. But occasionally there are limits that are built into the scene write-up, but usually it can be kind of whoever you want. Except you can't choose the director unless the director is the only person left in the game, other than yourself.
That makes sense.
So that way the director can kind of focus on directing.
Correct.
So you'll play out the scene based on the prompt, and it's all very much role-playing, kind of going through the whole thing. And when we get to a good cut point, the director will kind of say, okay, that sounds like we wrapped up the scene, cut. And everybody will have to make a trait check that is appropriate to the type of thing you were doing in the scene. On your character sheet, you'll see that you've got 4 traits. You've got body, brains, mouth, and spirit. Body is everything physical about your character. Brains is everything mental. Mouth is all your social attributes. And spirit is sort of your inner fortitude, resilience, your guts, and in the case of the cheerleader, literally your spirit. So you'll make a trait check, and that trait check will be made at a target number of 3, 4, or 5. When you make a trait check, you will roll all of your dice, all of them. We all start with 6. And you'll be looking for as many dice to hit the target number or higher as possible. The trait, or the number of dice that you need in order to succeed, is based on your trait that you're using. So if, for example, you're a jock and your body is a 1, and that's the lowest number, and it's actually the best number because you only need 1 success in order to succeed at a body check if your body is 1. Everybody's got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. So somewhere in there you've got a trait that you need 4 successes in order to succeed. Once people make those checks, and we'll go around starting with the lead character and determine success and failure. If you succeed on your check, you describe basically really quickly how your character kind of came out ahead in that scene, how everything worked out for them. And you choose somebody else who's in that scene, or you choose somebody who's in the scene, can be yourself technically. You choose somebody in the scene and they lose one of their dice. When you fail your check, you describe how your character kind of fails in the scene and you lose one of your dice. And those dice are your life. As they dwindle, your character counts down to their death. When you get down to 1 die, you will give that die away to somebody else who's left in the game, and you will narrate your character's death based on what just happened in that scene. And at that point, you become a producer on the movie and get to continue to influence it. And there's a special rule that comes up with the monster, and we'll deal with all that stuff when we kill one of you off.
True story. Which hopefully will happen sooner rather than later, yes. All right.
So, like, 2 scenes in,
2 scenes in, we kill everybody.
I have seen characters die 3 scenes in.
It's amazing. I love
It's not
that.
difficult. On your character sheet, quickly, you have you'll note that you have every character. You've got a choice of 2 quirks that kind of differentiate your character a little bit, and each quirk comes with a quality and a trick. Your quality is something that is always in play. It's a special rule for you. It never goes away. And your trick is something that you can do twice during the game. So it's got 2 little check boxes there. You can kind of keep track of how much you've used it. And then your character also has stuff. If you haven't already, if you have 4 things you can have, you need to pick 2 that your character has. That is not to say that your character can't have other stuff on their person. It's just that those 2 you can use for mechanical advantage in the game. The way it works is on a trait check, before you make the check, you can choose to use one of your stuffs. You have to narrate how you utilize it in the scene to your benefit, and you get 1 free hit on your dice, and then you roll the rest of your dice. So you'll always at least have 1 good check, 1 good die. And of course, that means if you've got a rating of 1 in something, you automatically succeed.
Right.
By using the stuff. And as a note, you will realize that you've got a trait that's a 4, and you will be losing dice, and there will come a point when you won't have 4 dice, and you won't be able to succeed at a 4
Oops.
at that trait, unless you maybe have 3 dice and some stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all kind of a death spiral.
Yeah. Well, let's begin the spiral.
Yeah.
So I need to roll 2 dice, yes?
I do.
Oh, you roll 2. Oh, that's right, because you're the director.
Yep. We'll start out with, I got a little chart that I'm keeping track of here. We're going to say that, where'd my little marker go? Chelsea, Bert, I'm gonna call everybody by character name.
That's totally fine. I will be Bert tonight.
Bert is the lead character.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll for Act 1, and the movie begins. Credits come down, and 5. Talk to the crazy person right out of the gate.
Great.
All right. Oh, we need to do something else here. Let's do this. Barbara, roll a d6, please.
Rolling a d6. Barbara.
Go, Barbara, go.
5.
That's we're rolling to pick out a setting. Each of the monsters comes with 6 settings. Now, this is where the story starts. It doesn't mean it has to stay there. But we're starting in the heart of a big city.
Oh, surprise. Okay. All right, the heart of a big city, and there's a crazy. Is anybody in this scene with me? Do I get to pick someone?
You decide that.
I do. I'm gonna.
Well, real quick,
Yep.
Talk to the crazy person. The characters talk to a crazy person who tries to warn them about the monster.
Okay.
Or maybe the crazy person tries to warn them about something else. I get to play the crazy person.
Of course. All right, great. In this scene, I think if there's a crazy person, there must also be a stoner somewhere nearby to balance the energy. So I'm going to call on the stoner for this one, just so the cop has both a crazy person and a stoner to deal with.
Perfect.
And just for funsies' sake, I'm gonna say we're in the middle of this big city on a street corner somewhere near maybe like a busy coffee shop or something, and Bert has just squeezed himself and his large belly out the door of this coffee shop, and he holds 2 coffees, even though he has no partner in the car in which he is attempting to enter. Oh, and he's trying to balance coffees. He's pulling out the door.
Meanwhile, Avery is kind of just around the corner slightly, just kind of sitting up against the wall, waiting on somebody to come around that looks interesting.
Lo and behold, a skinny guy with frazzled hair, kind of an older gentleman with long white ratty hair, kind of all over the place. He's wearing kind of tattered clothing. He looks like he might be homeless or just doesn't take very good care of himself. He comes running around the corner, and he runs right into you and grabs you by the shoulders and says, "They're coming. They're coming. We go there to hunt. They're coming here to hunt. They're going to start killing us all. They're coming.
Dude, you need to chill, okay?
They're coming."
Here, just...
And our cop witnesses this near assault.
Oh, yes, he does. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to remove your hands from the youth.
But you don't understand, officer. They're coming for you.
Who's
They're coming.
coming,
Pitchforks and everything.
son?
They're coming.
Who's
All
coming?
those fellas outside. We go out in there. We invade their land. We go out there and we hunt. We treat it like it's our own little playground. They're coming in here. They're going to kill us all. And he starts reaching for your gun. He's like grabbing your holster.
I smack his hand like pop him one. I'm like, sir, that is a issued weapon. Does anybody smell marijuana? I was like, I swear I smell it.
You know what? I thought I saw a skunk over there.
A city skunk?
That way.
Not a city skunk. I gotta call pest control on that one. And he said, sir, you're gonna need to just calm down. Nobody's coming for anybody. This is a city. You're safest in the city.
He starts looking around all around by himself and then just bolts. He's gone. Just down the street as fast as he can.
That guy. You gotta watch out for that guy.
You're darn tootin' miss. You better watch out for guys just like that. You almost, got yourself.
Yeah.
Just all.
And scene.
All right.
It's like, awkward cop.
Yeah.
Avery just kind of walks down the street like, oh, please don't follow me.
Nice.
So, the talk to the crazy person is a mouth check because it's a lot of talking.
Oh,
So
no.
I need a mouth check from the two of you, target number 4, and we'll start with Bert.
Okay, a mouth check. So I only have to make a 2.
Target number 4, you need two hits.
2. Oh, I got that. That's great. Okay. I got 3 6s and a 4, so I'm good.
Okay, so you need to... How did everything go well for you? And you need to make somebody in the scene lose a die.
Well, there's only one person. I guess I can make.
No, technically, there's 2.
Oh, that's
You
true.
can make the director.
I can make the director lose a die.
No, you can make yourself lose a die.
Oh.
I have played this game where people have raced to become the first producer.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, being a producer is really fun. All right. No, I'm gonna say things go well. And he is. Oh, I don't know. After a very awkward conversation with a youth, he helps himself to 2 cups of coffee in his police car. Very merrily, in fact, as he sleeps during his patrol. It was a good morning. And he's gonna lose a die for just being a bad cop. He's just a bad cop. All right.
Avery?
He totally believed my skunk. Yes.
Worst cop ever.
Weed smoking skunk.
Man. Those city skunks, they just
City
run
skunks.
that way. So I rolled while she was talking. So I actually got a 6, a 5, 2 4s, a 2, and a 1.
Oh yeah,
So
you're good.
4.
That sounds like you're probably good. What's your mouth trait?
It is 1.
So you need at least 1, and you got 4.
So what he
Target
does
number
is he
4.
sets like a number, so it was a 4 to beat, and you rolled 6 dice. As long as you had one of those 6 dice as a 4 or higher, it qualifies.
Okay.
I had a 2, so I had to get 2 dice that were 4 or higher, which makes it harder for me. Because I guess cops don't use their mouths.
They got guns. Guess what?
They have guns.
Well, Avery did really well. She's feeling really good because she just talked to a cop after smoking in the alley and walked away from it, and the cop did not follow her. So she's totally she's very happy about this. So she's feeling pretty good, and because you seem to like the idea of becoming a producer, I'm gonna make you lose a die.
All right, that's 2 dice down for old Bert. It's really working out this Monday morning.
He's a really bad cop.
He's just a really bad. We all knew. The moment you know a cop walks into a horror movie, that's a dead cop. We all know this. All right. And so now I become the director, yes?
Right. We move to Barbara becoming Avery becoming the lead character. And Bert, you're the director, so you can't be in the scene.
So I cannot be in the scene.
Right.
Right. But obviously she is. So.
Yep. You roll 2 dice and set us up.
I want to make sure I'm on the right page here, because I've got it. Okay.
Act 1.
Yes. I have it on one of these many tabs here, friends.
That's what you need to buy a book, everybody.
I know, buy a book. We will. We totally will.
Excellent.
Oh, it's page 23. I know this. So I get to roll a die.
Two dice.
Two dice. I rolled 6. So Act 1, 6 is the party. The characters have a party. Define a reason for the party and play out what happens there. There are no special rules for the director.
Yep. Avery is, you're the lead character. You decide who's at the party with you.
Okay. Well, Avery's obviously, she's super duper popular. Maybe. Not really. She's going to invite Barbara and Lily to the party because she wants to become more popular. You know? Because then she'll be able to, you know, hang out with more people and possibly have access to fun stuff. So she's gonna invite Barbara and Lily to the party.
Okay.
All right. So let's see what happens. So yeah, I guess characters have a party. I have no special rules. We have to define a reason for the party. And then play out what happens. So we'll just say the house is a bumpin'. It's a house party because it's a high school party. Very cliched rock and roll music plays as the three of you enter into this kickin' shindig.
I knew I should have turned up fashionably late. There are not enough people here to see my entrance.
Yeah, but you know, people will show up and, you know, let's just grab a drink. We can get a head start.
Yeah,
I don't drink. That's no one actually drinks and does drugs, Avery. That's just stupid.
Yeah. Just
sure.
do what you do, whatever you do now. Avery, where's the punch? I know you said there was punch at this party.
There's definitely punch.
All right, I'm ready to get punched. So you point me to the bowl and the ladle and the red solo cup. I'm about to just dive in.
Last time she went to a party, we found her passed out on top of the garage with the punch bowl on top of her head.
Hey, you know what? If you can't remember the party, then it's a good party. Okay, so what we got? We got pineapples. We got what's all this here? And she kind of like saunters off.
Yeah. Okay. And you know, I mean, you're really fun once you start drinking the punch.
Oh, well, I'm already fun to begin with, but you know,
yeah, totally fun.
For real, I mean, you follow my Instagram, you know me. You know what I'm about. What?
I'm having such a hard time keeping it together, Barbara.
It's okay. You know, we gotta do something about that little beanie you got on. Lily, come here. You know, we talked about this, Lily.
Yeah, it's got to go.
It's my favorite.
You have a very, very symmetrical face. If someone was to take a meat cleaver to your face, it'd split perfectly down the right down the middle.
Right down.
Director.
I'm just saying, it's perfectly symmetrical. And the beanie really just takes everything away from it.
It really does. I mean, the beanie just...
What if it... Yeah. Idea. Oh, I get it. The joke. What if... Now you got me going country accent. What if we keep the beanie on because if someone wants to cut my face in half... And they'd
probably do it with the beanie or without the beanie. The beanie's not going to stop it.
Are you sure?
100%.
But you said that my head's really perfect, but the beanie ruins it, so I should...
It just makes it hard to see.
And it is at the bottom of the stairs as the DJ tunes in a new thumping tune that the three of you attempt to fix the stoner. There's no monster attack in this one, so you guys get away scathe-free without an attack on the party.
You still got to make a trait check.
They do have to make a trait check. That trait check is a spirit check, and it has to be a 4. So roll however many dice you have left. You guys brought a lot of spirit to the party. A lot of spirit. and you need to every dice that beats a 4. And
4 or better.
4 or better, and
Oh, it can meet.
Yep.
Thank God.
Yeah, it can meet, and then if you look at your character sheet, it'll tell you like how many of your dice need to beat a 4 or 4 or higher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
Got it.
I have to have 4, and I rolled 4.
Oh, beautiful! How many Rim did you? You
Yeah,
needed
I
to roll.
needed 3. I got 4. I got a 4, 5, 5.
And our stoner for spirit.
I needed 2. I got 4.
Okay, great. Well, then all of you get to
I'm
succeed.
keeping these dice.
I was about to say, and so each of you have to tell us how it was a great night, just a great party for your character, and then you have to either you yourself lose a dice or have somebody else lose a dice.
Well,
Starting with Avery.
Starting with Avery, yes, it is her scene. She's the
doesn't
lead.
Yeah, it doesn't make a huge difference now, but you will see when we are down to very few dice, who has to start losing dice first matters.
I hate
because then you
that.
can bump somebody for more dice.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little tricky.
So Avery, she feels like it went pretty darn well during the party. You know, it picked up a little bit more, and everybody got to see her with the 2 popular girls. So, you know, it helps her reputation a little bit, and you know, she got some advice. That was good. However, I'm going to take a die from her.
Oh,
because the fact that they were trying to change her probably it didn't sit too well with her.
yeah.
The fact that they insulted her favorite hat, man.
So you're losing your own die?
Yep, I'm gonna lose my own die.
The damn hat insults.
Yeah, fine.
Cannot stand by it. All right, and I guess let's go with Barbara.
Okay. So Barbara partied hard on that punch bowl. And then, of course, at one part during that night, she saw Brett Bretterson. And Brett Bretterson just was not having it. You know, she was slurring up her drink a little bit like that, you know. But she told him, though. She told him that night. He didn't, you know, like 10 Snapchat stories later of inspirational quotes, artsy words. Barbara didn't need him anymore.
She came out that party better lady.
But as with all breakups, as with all, you know, a little bit of you goes with it. It does. So she's going to take 1 die away from her.
Oh.
She is stronger. She's been stronger by these 5.
Strong
woman. And last but certainly not least, Lily.
Lily has a good night. I think she, behind Barbara's back, takes Snapchats to make fun of Barbara drunk. But also gets a little threatened by Avery's perfectly symmetrical face.
Oh.
So unlike the both of you, I'm taking a die from Avery.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No one's going for blood. I'm going for blood.
That's dice.
Yep.
I only have 4.
Yep. I was gonna say I'm down to 4 too. This is fine. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, then it passes right on around the circle, which means that Avery now becomes the director, and Barbara gets her leading lady scene. So director needs to roll 2 die to see which scene we do. Correct?
Yep.
3 to 1 for 4. Discover something good. Set up
Something odd.
Odd. Sorry. The word ran together.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because something. It's with a G. That's funny.
Hey, maybe it is something good, even if it's odd.
Oh.
Could be. I mean, I just see odd, and it's good. It's automatic. Set up. The characters discover something out of the ordinary. It might be evidence of the monster. It might be something weird or gross. It might be strange smell. I, as the director, can cause.
Hold on. Don't say that out loud.
Okay, sorry.
Just a quick note. I wasn't clear. When you're the director, there's a section on there that says director, and sometimes there's a little something for you to know.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Only you.
Hey, don't be sorry. You about to ruin it for yourself.
So Barbara has to figure out.
Who
Okay.
you want to do the scene with, Barb?
Okay, see, Barb kind of planned this party together, and she thought that really wealthy Randolph Winthrop, who lives, kind of in the nice house down the road, he just wasn't going to be here this weekend. But he came home a little early from his business meeting, so to say. And we'll say Lily is also still there. Avery's probably already gone. So Barbara and Lily are going to wake up.
So where are we at?
We have to.
Back at the party.
We should.
Like right after the party, right when we woke up.
Oh.
Okay. That's fine. We never established whose home that was. That's fine.
Yeah. There we go. So take it away, Avery. Direct our scene.
Okay. So we're still at the house of the party. Whose house would it have been?
Why don't we just
Randolph,
say it?
Randolph comes walking in and says, Lily, who are all these people in our home? As he addresses his daughter.
Just because you married my mother doesn't mean you have any control over me, Randy. I threw a party. And she's trying to wake up Barbara, just shaking Barbara a little bit.
Oh, shut, Brett. No, I told you no, Brett. No, we're done. Oh. Lily, what's going on this morning? The sun's out. Is it supposed to be out at this time of the morning?
Young lady, are you feeling all right? I think it's time for you to go home.
Barbara can stay. I mean, she's probably still drunk, honestly. It runs through her veins at this point.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I feel okay after Lily. I'm in trouble, ain't I?
I mean, you and me both, yeah.
Randolph at this point taps his Bluetooth and goes back to talking to who he was talking to, and you hear him as he kind of walks. He's still in the scene. He kind of walks around, kind of up, a little bit into the distance, and you hear him saying, "And your hellspawn daughter threw a party at your home. Did you know that?" He's talking to you. He's talking to your mom, and he's over there very animatedly, talking shit about you.
Just looks over and she just narrows her eyes. I can hear you. And also, I think my mother asked for Hellspawn, so she got what she asked for.
Barbara at this time is staring out the window. This is where there's something. Do I decide what's out of the ordinary that's discovered, or the director?
Either one of you, if you want to prompt it in there as the lead character.
I was gonna say, this is the point where you see a man walking around looking very disoriented. He's extremely skinny, and he's not wearing very much, but he does seem to have some sort of boxer shorts on. But he's wandering down the lane, down the street, and he just looks very dazed and confused. And finally, he turns off to one side and goes behind a house, and you lose sight of him.
Barbara, in her horrible decision making, is that I can't. Oh my God, I think that's Brett. Brett, I'm sorry, Brett. And she just starts running out.
No.
Barbara, where are you?
He's gonna take me back. I'm gonna change my face.
You did so good last night.
We went from it's complicated to she's just coming across jaywalks. Brett, as she looks down the alley.
As she looks down the alley, she sees the man has turned, and he looks absolutely insane. Before he looked dazed. Now he just looks absolutely insane. And this is when the monster attacks.
Oh!
It fits so perfectly. You ran right into it.
It does.
Okay, Lily, Avery, let's do this. Let everybody know what the monster is, and read us the section called the basics.
Okay, this is the monster Crazy Ass Hillbillies. A clan of crazy ass shit hillbillies terrorizing characters. They're rude, crude, unwashed, and completely murderous. Why do they kill? make it up as you go along. I love the tone of this.
It's
The writing in this PDF is fantastic.
So wow, recruit. All right. So we get our first like attack.
Yeah. Monster attacks work a little differently. You'll see that on the monster page, there's target numbers, TN for target number, listed for each of the 4 traits, because certain monsters are easier to beat up physically. Some of them are harder to outsmart, that sort of thing. So they all have different target numbers. The characters, when you're dealing with a monster attack, you don't get told what trait to use. You get to choose which trait you want to use based on how you want to handle deal with the monster. So it can be physical. It can be, you can try to outsmart them. You can try to talk your way out of a situation. You can just be gutsy and stand up to them. And then you'll use whatever trait you want to use against the target number defined for the monster. And everybody in the scene gets attacked by a monster. Monster is a generic term. Sometimes it's a person. In this case, crazy ass hillbillies. And we kind of, again, we start with the lead character and go around narrating how the hillbillies attack, and then making your trait check and resolving it.
Okay. So
we start with Barbara.
Okay. Barbara, realizing this is not Brett. Definitely not Brett. She turns and just screams, it's not him! It's not him! It's the monster! It's the man! And she just runs and somersaults, tries to do one of her cheerleader up onto a fire escape to grab it. And she's like, go crabs, because that's her mascot's name, and snatches the fire escape to try and get it. So would that be a body check, I'm guessing?
Yeah, that's pretty physical. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And the target number is 3, 5. I believe is what the thing said.
For body, it's 5.
You have to reach at 5.
My life. Okay. I gotta get 2.
2 at 5.
Oh
no.
If I die as cocked, can I reroll it?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
1, 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
No.
I'm too drunk. Barbara. Barbara's way too drunk. Way too drunk for this. So hungover. No, she's not hungover. She's still drunk. That's what it is. And I think I have a special thing though. What is that special thing? Okay. She's gonna go, Lily, I need your help, and come help me, goddamn you stupid little friend. And I'm gonna insult target.
Okay, so to clarify, we neglected to check on that. Occasionally, characters have to choose another character that they have a relationship with. Your cheerleader, your quirk is the jerk, right?
Yes.
Which means you have an insult target.
Yes.
And you get to, when you're in the scene with them, you get to determine success or failure based on whether or not they succeed or fail. So we're going to hold off on you and go to Lily, who is apparently Barbara's target of derision. And Lily will have to resolve first.
I'm your Helga attack.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, I think Lily notices that Barbara doesn't come back, and she just goes, I'm gonna go check on Barbara, and just slowly walks out and looks for her and sees Barbara sort of flailing around in the alleyway. And she looks at this guy trying to attack her. She goes, holy shit, no, my mother got me self-defense lessons for a reason. And she goes to try to knee him in the crotch.
Nice.
So that would be body. Right? I would think
Yep,
so.
it would be body.
So I have a 3. And I rolled 4 6s.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
So I think she just grabs him by the shoulder and just slams her knee up into his crotch and is just like, Barbara, get, what the hell are you doing attracting this kind of filth in my neighborhood?
Yes, I attract everything. I'm beautiful.
Sorry, I can't take a sip.
You would know this if you like my status every now and then. This is filter free.
Hashtag woke up like this.
Woken broke.
Yeah,
Okay,
she just needs him in the garage.
So Lily, you succeeded. You need the hillbilly in the Ghiblies. You get to make somebody lose a die.
I'm gonna take it from Barbara for calling me out.
And Barbara, how does your success or failure work based on your?
My failure is that when Lily does find me, this hillbilly's like I've had to jump into a dumpster, and that's totally against like my lifestyle. You know, I cannot live. I had to survive this point. So she's down to 3 dice. That's what Barbara had to do.
Yeah, just as a note, if Lily had failed in that check, Barbara would have automatically succeeded.
Because you're my insult friend.
Her target failed.
Do we have anybody with 2 or 3 life or less? That's 3 die. Who's got 3 die?
Nope.
Nobody? Nobody's got down to 3 die? Okay, cool.
Randolph sees his stepdaughter go running out into the night, and he knows that he's not going to get none if he lets anything happen to her. So he's going to follow. And he sees this crazy person in the alleyway, and he's going to go over there. And for all his faults, Randolph is a ballsy fella, and he's going to walk up there and put himself between his stepdaughter and harm's way. And he's just going to man up for it. So that's a spirit check for him.
Ooh, yes.
And I'm going to make that handily. Every single die succeeded.
Wow.
And I only needed 1. So, Lily needs to hang around, so Barbara needs to lose a die.
Yeah. Do we get our first down to 3?
That's Barbara's down to 3. Yep.
I'm down to 2.
I was about to say she's already.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. Because you already. Yep. Because I forgot your own failure.
Yep.
I haven't even showed my boobs yet, and I'm already about to get taken out.
So now Bob finally gets to be in a scene.
Hey!
And Barbara gets a respite to be the director.
All right.
Barbara gets to hang around for a scene.
I can roll the 2 die and choose the scene, correct?
Yep.
Roll 2 die. I got a 6. We've already done this one before.
Okay, you have 2 choices. You can you can pick the result above or below that, or you can just re-roll.
I will.
And the result below it we already used, which was talk to the crazy person.
I'll just I'll go above it. Number 7, monster attack. Set up.
No!
Set up a scene that makes sense based on what has come before. You choose when the monster attacks.
Oh.
So, Bob, your apartment overlooks this alley where this scuffle has gone down. You just witnessed this all. How does old Bob Smith react to seeing this happen?
Well, Bob Smith is going to call in the police.
All right. You actually ring up the cops, like 911.
Or do you directly call Bert?
Or you call Bert because he's your best friend.
It's Bert.
Okay, so Bert's in the scene. Who else is in the scene?
Randolph.
Very good.
All the adults.
And Lily.
Oh yes, of course. Oh, there's a lot of us.
Because otherwise, Randolph has no reason to be there.
All right.
Okay. So then we'll say that what happens with you. There's the fight down there. But you hear this at the front of your apartment door, and a very kind of grouchy country voice.
Bert, is that you? Did you get here already, Bert?
It beats again, and suddenly the door slams down. You see standing on the other side is this crotchety old lady with like one big bug eye and gardening hoe in her main hand. And she's just goes, quit looking at my son in the alley, as stepping towards Bob.
I knew I should have gone into work today. Bird, help me!
Bert, you receive a call directly from Bob Smith.
Bob, it's late. I was napping in the car.
I'm kind of like moving through the apartment and like trying to get behind another door.
Bob?
Bert, the crazy lady attacking my house.
There's no such thing as crazy ladies. We've talked about this, Bob.
No, Bert, they broke my door.
They broke your door. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Bert slings back the covers, throws on only his police hat and belt over his pajamas, and promptly begins running down the street to save Bob. I'm coming, Bob!
House is down from Bob Smith.
And I run. I arrive probably very winded.
Okay, I'm gonna enact a director special thing. It says I can force one character to enter the scene before trait checks are made.
Oh.
So on your way there, Bert, you get almost right there, and you almost hit Avery. But
in the car or as he walked?
in the car, like, cause
Okay.
and it like, there you go. So that forces you two to have a confrontation. It's right where you need to park anyways, Bert. So it's okay.
Hey man, that was my foot you almost hit.
Well, out of my way, miss. Youth, get out of the way. There's a door in travesty.
You almost hit a kid, dude.
I am Sergeant Bert.
Okay, dude, Bert, just chill out. Don't rush everywhere.
Do you smell a skunk? What is that
It went
smell?
that way.
I've no time for
What did
skunks.
you-
I
You
must.
hear a loud as like a lamp flies out the window as Bob sees the old lady try to chuck a lamp at him in this.
I'm gonna start running out of the apartment. Just there.
And I go, wait, Bob! Bert says, come. Wait, where are you going? You're in your skivvies.
There's some crazy lady trying to throw things at me.
I grab her by the face. I'm like, Bob, there is no such thing as crazy ladies. We've talked about this.
Oh,
It's all in your
you
mind.
have to stop them from taking my TV.
Why would
I
the
worked hard for that TV.
crazy lady want your TV and your door?
I don't know why they want my door. She said something about her son.
The kind of stuff that cops do at night.
I adjust my boxers and my police felt. That's basically all I'm wearing. Ma'am, this is official business. I'm going to have to ask you to step back.
Right when you say that, the front door opens, slams open. Wherever you guys are at, wherever the nearest front door is, it slams open.
Bam!
A tow truck pulls up in the road. It's all rusty. Kind of looks like Mater from Cars. Holding the steering wheel at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock because he's from the woods and he's in the city. It's this big old burly guy with a giant beard and a cigarette. Meanwhile, out in the alley, the guy with the boxers, he squares off, and we'll say scene right there as the monsters close in and checks need to be made.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh no!
Oh, God. Thank you guys out there for that love, and thank you for the raid while we roll some dice here. If you're just tuning in, we are in the middle of playing through a brand new tabletop RPG that is a GM-less game where we make a B-rated horror film written by this lovely gentleman here, Craig, called Die Laughing. The Kickstarter launches tomorrow morning, so if you're tuning in, you got us until, for about another, hour and some change as we try to kill everybody in this B-rated horror movie.
Somebody's going to die very soon.
I have a feeling we're all about it's going to get bad.
Fortunately, Barbara is hiding in the dumpster where she belongs. So, Bob, I think you're the main character, so you go first. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes. And I am going to try to juke some of these crazy people as I run down the street. So I'm hoping to use my brains to just outwit them and lead them in ways that won't get me killed.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a 6 and a 5, and my brains is 2, so I think I'm okay.
Yep, you beat the target of 3.
Oh, then I'm perfectly fine because I got 5 successes.
Damn.
All right. Yeah. Tell us how you get out of there and make somebody lose a die.
So, Bob is not particularly caring about other people. So he kind of chucks Bert into the way. Go do police thing, Bert.
Huh. He stumbles a little.
And just starts running the other direction.
No, wait.
As soon as the hillbillies start kind of noticing Bert being thrown at them.
Oh, yeah.
See, Bob is smart. He knows just chuck someone else in there and you can get away faster.
Well, as Bob gets thrown towards them, he is an athletic cop, even though his build may not suggest at just regular sight. And he's going to go back to his cop training in the glory days. And since he's so physically fit, he is going to run in and plan to... they're coming in a truck rim?
Yeah, there's the giant rusty old tow truck that
Yeah.
the big dude with the beard is driving.
No, he's not. He's going to make a brains check and plan to ram his police car into the other car. Yeah, he's going to try to play it smart, and knows that maybe if he can stop the truck, he can let everybody get away. He said he straightens up his PJs, brings his belt up over his belly, and he says, "Run, fly, you fools, as I ram them with my car." And he hops in the front seat and throws it into drive, and is going to try to make a check?
Brains check?
Brains check. Brains check.
Oh, also, Bert is the one who lost a die.
Oh, got it. Oh, this is bad because it's a 4. Mm-hmm.
Quick note. In the midst of all this, Randolph, there's a whole bunch of people in the scene, and that's chaos. And he has a quality that allows him to just creep away if there's a lot of people around.
That's cool.
So he just disappears from the scene.
Leaving his daughter? His stepdaughter?
Yep. Screw her.
Hellspawn. Remember? Hellspawn.
Okay.
Yeah, Randolph's a dick.
All right, here we go. Mine, unfortunately, my brain is really bad, so this ought to be fun. 4. I only got 1. I got a 6, 2 3s, and a 4. So
well, we need to.
What was the TN on that?
Brain is 3.
Oh! Then I did get all 4 of them. I got a 6, a 4, and 2 3s, so I did it.
Nice.
I
Who you gonna
did it.
take a die from?
He gears the car, he revs his Crown Vic straight into the front of this car. And in doing so, he looks in his rear view mirror to make sure that nobody else is in danger and sees Randolph cowardly running down the street. And I'm going to take one from Randolph. Even though
I'm not in the scene anymore.
Oh, that's right, you cut yourself. Oh, Bob. I'm sorry.
You're gonna try to take one from Bob, who's running away, which actually lets me try to use my special ability.
Oh, well, there you go. I attempted to take it from Bob, his cowardice.
Okay, what's Bob's deal?
Oh, well, it's terrible, because essentially when I would lose a die, I can roll a die, and if I roll a 1 or a 2, I lose 2 die instead. But if I roll 3 to 6, I'm fine.
Ooh.
And I rolled a 1. So Bob clumsily failed at running, and he managed to probably hit him with the lamp.
Nice.
So Bob's having a bad day.
Bob's having a super bad day.
Bob is having a very bad day.
How many dice do you have left, Bob?
4 dice.
4 dice. Okay, so you're still at 4. Okay. If anybody drops a 3, let me know. That'll move us into Act 2 of this shindig.
We're going into Act 2.
Yep, I'm at 2.
Oh,
I'm at
are
2
we?
dice.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you lost
After
one.
this, yeah.
Yeah.
After the car accident, he
Lily?
rams it.
I'm going to use my charismatic trick, talk your way out. Remove myself from the scene before making a trait check. No one can reduce your life pool as a result of trait checks in this scene. So I think she just follows in her stepfather's footsteps and ducks her way out, like stepfather, like daughter.
All right, she's out, and I guess Avery's all that's left.
Yeah, Avery is going to use a mouth check. Even though they're distracted, she's going to be like, hey, man, I'm just a kid, and, you know, this cop just tried to hit me with his car, and don't hit me with that truck, man. And she, with her charismatic quality, when she makes a mouth check, her TN is always 3.
Oh, nice.
And I only need 1 success, and I got a 3 and a 5 for 2 successes.
Nice.
And so in her mind, even though they probably couldn't even hear her over the rumbling of the trucks, she totally saved herself because she pulled sympathy from these people.
They're human, man. They get the human condition.
You know, you can't kill kids with cars, man. It's just bad.
Gotta donate the cars for the kids, man.
Cars for kids.
Oi.
And I can't. Okay, so I can't take one from Randolph, and I can't take one from Lily, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm sorry, Bob. We're all picking on you this time. I talked myself out of it. You straight up threw someone in the way and ran away. You lost all my respect.
Oh no! Another 2, so now I'm down to 2 die.
No!
Yeah.
You're doing more damage to yourself trying to run away than...
I'm running away! And you distract me with like, why are you running away, man? I'm not running.
Hey, Bob. Bob, if we kill you off in the next scene, you will have the new record of dying after only being in 2 scenes.
Yes.
New record.
I
Although
can't be in the next scene though.
We can't, because he'll be the director next scene.
That's true. Can't die yet.
True.
Not yet. Not yet. No.
So, that takes us. Mass chaos kind of wraps up. Everybody runs away.
Yeah.
Some of them poorly.
Yeah. No.
And Lily becomes the main character, and Bob gets a little bit of a breather.
Okay.
But we do move into Act 2 though, because we've got
right.
One of the triggers is if 2 or more characters are at 3 life or less.
Right. So if you need to know, that's on page 26 of the PDF game.
Yep.
We begin into escalation.
Now everything starts to ramp up.
Uh-huh. So, rolling 2 die to pick our scene number. There,
Yes.
director.
Go off alone. The
Go.
lead player can invite a maximum of 2 other characters into this scene. The characters wander off alone and make themselves a target for the monster.
Of course they do.
Okay, I think she is going to invite Avery off alone, to smoke a little marijuana.
Like you do when
Like
people
you
try
do.
to attack you.
I think that they're it can maybe like it's a jump skip to like a couple of days later after this big attack in the alley, and Lily has invited Avery over while Randolph is not home and her mother's not home, and they're just going on some walk, but it's like super late at night, no one's on the streets, and like it's very quiet, and they're by themselves. And like Lily takes a drag and just
Oh, come on, you gotta, you're supposed to hold it in. It makes it better or something.
oh, it's horrible. You didn't tell me how much it burned. Oh,
What are you talking about? It doesn't burn.
oh, you have a problem. A real problem.
I know, it's fine, man. It's fine. It's not addicted. Right?
I mean, sure. I don't know if I'd
No,
say that for
really.
you,
I
but
mean, some people are addicted to chapstick. So
Barbara definitely is. Have you seen it? They all have little chunk spit out teeth marks in them. You can't borrow the chapstick at all.
I told you, man, she's weird.
Just a little bit. She is my best friend, but yeah, 100% weird. Anyway, I just needed to recover after, her getting me into so much trouble the other day. I'm grounded because we were attacked.
Me.
That is very true.
This is, Lily, I really like you.
I tolerate you.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
It's I have to say thank you for this. You always seem to have whatever I need with your perfect face.
Damn.
Well, that's why I keep my hat on. So nobody can tell I'm so perfect.
I mean, if they just look past the hat, anyone can tell.
Sure, man. Sure.
You sure you don't? I mean, you just take it off. It would. And she's like reaching for it.
And she kind of puts her hands up. Oh, I got some serious hat. I mean, you don't want to see what my hair looks like.
I mean,
About this time.
as if I couldn't make it creepier myself.
Surprise. You start hearing some rustling going on. And some where them people at?
People.
Here's somebody out here. And I hear something about a hat.
Lily just turns around and goes, "Barbara, I didn't invite you to this."
He says, "Oh shit, we gotta put it out. They're gonna find it."
Maybe they
Starts like stomping out.
No. Maybe
Coming around the corner, there's this like really lanky, all dirted up guy with some big old suspended pants on. Got a big old hat and some tweed coming. I heard something about a hat. I could use a new hat.
It's my hat, dude.
Give him your hat, Avery. Hey, sir.
Hey, wait a minute. You're the one who messed with Ma yesterday.
I don't know what you're talking
Ma
about.
gonna be real happy if I bring you home.
What about just my hat?
What about the hat? Brand new.
Time
Never
for
been
some
worn
checks.
before.
You can have the hat, man.
Never
Time
been
for some
worn
checks.
before. Oh, no.
Deal with this crazy guy coming at you
I'm
with a glint in his eye.
I'm attempting a mouth check, as you can tell.
Mouth check.
I'm totally about to give this guy my hat.
I am too. I'm going to give him her hat.
So my TN is always 3 on a mouth check.
Do I get to go first because I'm the lead?
Oh, yep, sorry.
I'm going to just brand new hat, never been worn, completely. I mean, I think he's an idiot. I'm lying. And yeah, I'm gonna do mouth. So. While being worn. 1, 2. Okay, so my mouth is a 2. I rolled 5, 6, and a 6. So that's good, right?
5, 6.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
And I'm going to take a die from Avery.
Oh,
Such a sassy little prep.
I think, is Avery down to 1 or is that 2 now?
I'm at 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We're still doing all right.
I thought you had lost more for some reason.
Nope. I'd only lost 2. Now she just took my 3rd. So I rolled.
Play for blood, guys.
Literally, Katie came in and was like, everybody's dying. Love it.
I rolled 2 6s.
Oh.
And my mouth is 1. So I succeed as well. And I'm gonna take 1 from Lily. And I guess I'll take off my hat now.
That's true. You gave it.
Then Avery takes off her hat, and she has some seriously nasty, greasy hair and some serious hat head going on.
Not unlike
I'm
Barbara?
really- I mean, well, no, it's 'cause it's like completely flat because she's always
Right. It has no volume at all.
it's just completely like down to her head, like super flat. She takes it off and she like, here, man, you can have it. I'll leave it.
Kind of
here.
snatches.
Puts it.
Oh, it's so soft.
Yeah.
So nice.
Lily's just
Oh,
like pushing Avery back very slowly.
Yeah, and Avery's walking backwards, and as soon as it looks like she's just gonna try to take off.
Wait, I'm not supposed to be doing something again.
Ah, man.
Oh, who cares? I got me a new hat, and he doesn't even take off the old wide brimmed one. He just puts the beanie on it. I'm gonna be the best looking one up there in the county.
All right, rolling on, I think.
Well, yeah, I feel like that's a pretty solid scene. You guys really finagled your way out of that. Impressive. So that makes Lily our new director, and it makes Randolph, the businessman, our lead character.
Still with all 6 of his dice. Ha ha ha.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
No
well.
fair, you made the game.
Somebody's cheating.
This is the longest I've ever gone with all my dice.
I was about to say, it's really impressive, actually. It's hard to keep your dice that long.
Get me.
All right, Lily, we need a scene from you.
Yep, so roll 2d6, Lily, and tell us the number.
That would be an 8. So let me look at what this
Ooh.
The chase.
Ooh, boy.
Characters are engaged in some sort of chase. The characters could be chasing each other. The cops could be involved, or the monster could be doing the chasing. Do I set up the scene, or Randall? You set up the scene, right? Or no?
Randolph, yeah, I need to
Yeah.
bring bring people in. I can't bring Lily in, so stepfather and stepdaughter are separated. I'm going to let Avery hang around, just mourning the loss of her hat, and everybody else is in the scene.
All right, so Bob
Bert, Bob, and Barbara.
and Barbara. Okay, cool.
This is just. So this is actually, yeah, because we established this is a little later. The group of the 4 of us has convened at, we're going to say outside of Bob's house where everything went down, to try to figure out what was, like everybody kind of gravitated back there on their own, and we're all talking, trying to figure out what the heck went on. It's that same evening. This scene is essentially taking place simultaneously with Avery and Lily running around. And Randolph looks to Bert, who's now dressed in full uniform, I assume.
Yeah. By now I would have my full get up back, and I'm still holding my belt for status purposes or something. You see.
So what did you find about these drug-riddled whatever they are running around here?
Well, you're
the police. My taxes pay your salary.
No,
Yeah.
sir, my boss pays my salary, but I get what you're putting down. What we have here is a classic case of a PCP. A classic case of PCP. We've been studying it here in town for a long time, and we knew it was running rampant, but never have I ever seen creatures more feral.
Oh,
Bert, what?
Yes, Bob.
Are you ever going to take care of the people who keep stealing my pens at work?
Bert? Oh, I'm Bert. You're Bob. Bob. I get it confused. Bert gets it confused. Bob, your pens will have to wait until Monday morning, because it is the weekend, and...
But it's Tuesday, Bert.
Well, today it's... Well, you're gonna have to wait till next Monday. Wait till next Monday, Bob. Until then, we have to figure out about what happened here. And I kind of point around. You don't even have a door, Bob, and you're worried about your
That's what
pens?
you said last Tuesday, Bert.
Listen, Bob.
now this
Don't-
PCP, is that can you get that by hooking up with somebody?
As this is going on, the camera is like a far shot back, and we're seeing these 4 people standing there talking. And off in the distance, we see a person with a pitchfork. and a person with a scythe, and a person with a sickle, and a person with a field hoe, and they all just start to slowly emerge from around corners and behind bushes and things as this discussion is happening.
I'm gonna say Bob's kind of like looking around, just depressed, and Bert,
Bob, don't ask me about the pins, Bob.
no, Bert,
Burp.
you gotta look.
Bert, I'm busy doing my job, Bert. Don't make me flash my badge at you.
Bob, stop talking like a lazy cartoon dog and spit it out.
Yes, Bob.
There's people over there, Randolph.
We do live in a city, Bob.
I think you like start to hear this like
Not good people.
this like scratching against your like beautiful stone walls outside of your house, Randolph.
I noticed that and flip out and look and see these figures in the distance, and as soon as I make eye contact with them, they just start running with like weapons out, and we are on the chase.
Oh.
And Randolph runs like right through the group. He just blows you all away, leaves you all
Well,
behind.
excuse you, sir. Oh! Run, Bob! And Barbara, I think.
Oh no!
I'm running.
Run, Barbara, run like it's halftime! And you're missing it.
Oh no! I can't miss it. Wait, no, this is the band. I don't want to miss that. I don't care about them.
Run, Barbara, like it's the top of the game.
Okay, that's a good place to be in the game.
Go!
And we all take off, and I think that's the chase. Yes.
That is the chase.
So we've got
Scene.
checks to make.
Yes.
Yeah, what's the...
Director, yes.
Yeah, I think that's scene. I think that leads up to you guys running from them.
Yep, so
Okay.
body T and 4.
Starting with me, Bob like dips his hand into his pocket and pulls out like as he's running, he's got like a little folded up piece of paper, and he opens it up and he snorts something out of it. That's one of my stuffs.
Oh.
So now he's all jacked up on cocaine now, and that gives me a success.
Damn it.
I bet he got it from Avery.
Randolph, you gotta do it. You gotta scream it.
And just taking that to get the extra, make sure I've got some success. Yeah, I'm good. I succeed on that, and yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and take a die away from Barbara.
Another one.
Oh, Barbara's down to 1. She's falling behind.
Oh no!
No, this is what happens. Barbara just dropped a 1. Do you have any way to stop that, Barbara? Some characters do.
Lily's not in the scene, so I can't succeed on a thing.
Please give that die away to somebody that's left in the game and narrate your character's death.
Oh, Barbara goes down first.
Barbara. I'm going to give my final die to Lily. Just because.
So I get my die back that I had been taken away from me, right?
Yep, so you're back to 6.
Thank you, best friend, best insult friend.
Oh, no.
And as Barbara's like, she's running, she's tired, she's been sleeping in a dumpster for too long. Night. She feels her phone just bzz, 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 bzz. She's crying. She's got the mascara running down. She's, what am I gonna do? I want Brad back. And she looks at the phone and she sees like 17 Twitter notifications saying, Luann Dogger is following you. Shane Dogger is following you. Nathaniel Bedford Dogger is following you. Pa Dogger is following you. And she just turns around and like she trips, falls to the ground as several you hear the chains go by and a man holding, oh no, it's the old lady. She doesn't have the hoe anymore. She's done with that. It's serious. She's got this giant like manual plow and she's just scraping it across the asphalt as it just plows Barbara from behind in half. And that's the end of Barbara in this.
Barbara goes, no!
Like my status.
As I keep
Okay, and just a quick note before we go back to checks. Barbara, if you could read the rap rule for
Yes.
the crazy ass hillbillies and let us.
That's what I want.
running.
When your character is rapped, you voice a member of the hillbilly clan for the rest of the story. If yours is the first character rapped, you portray the leader of the clan. Each time a new player joins the ranks, you decide what their hillbilly's character's name is and how they fit into the hillbilly family.
So at any point in the future here, if you want to interject the hillbilly character into a scene, you're the leader. And you can play that out when we get to it. During this scene included.
Yeah.
So I guess we pop over to Bert.
Bert.
Also, doesn't he get a bunch of?
Oh yeah. You also get a number of producer points equal to the number of characters left, and that's 5. So you have 5 producer points, and at the back of the book, there's a producer point summary of the things you can do with those points. There's 6 different things. You can spend 1 per scene maximum. You don't have to spend 1 per scene. You can wait on when you use them when you want them, but only one per scene. So yeah, you've got a number of things to juggle moving forward.
Have fun.
I will.
So Bert.
Yep. Bert. So Bert needs to roll. His body is only a 1 though, and he needs to get a 4. What's the number I was reaching? 4, I think. I got a 5 and a 4, so I think I beat it. Whatever it was for that scene. The chase, T and 4. Okay, I'm good. Bert makes it to the cop, and he definitely runs, skipping over Barbara's, soon-to-be corpse, as he hears her scream as she's sliced in half. And Bert successfully makes it to the only comforting place in the entire city, the place where he finds the most joy, 7-Eleven. And he's panting on the backside of a 7-Eleven, thinking through watching Randolph do drugs to overcome the scene, and he's going to take a dive from Randolph.
Randolph is like 2 nostrils deep in his stash.
Wow, this is going great, you guys.
And now he's talking really fast to himself, and like there's white powder that's just kind of flying.
And who else needs to make a check in that scene? Was that it?
I believe me.
Bob.
Oh, Bob's got to make a check. Bob, you got to
Bob
be a
needs to
team.
make a check, but I'm not even going to bother to make a check. I'm going to use my trick, which is sad trombone. So, essentially, I'm going to fail but succeed, and I will do this by literally as I start to run, as Barbara trips over and is about to get impaled, I trip over Barbara, roll down the street a little bit, and somehow end up underneath a car. And they just completely pass me by.
Awesome.
So you succeed on your for the scene.
Succeed.
Who's losing a die?
I'm going to say Randolph.
Okie
Because
dokie.
he pushed me out of the way.
He did do
He's a
that.
dick.
He does not care.
Not caring.
Oh, I'm fine. I don't care. I don't care. You can take my dice away all the time. I don't care. I got plenty going. I got more dice than almost anybody here.
The Kickstarter is canceled. Screw you guys.
Yeah, I'm going home. Awesome.
Why do I feel so weird?
So that goes to me, right? So I become the lead and you become the director, Randolph?
Yep, that's one full round.
One full
And
round.
we are still, we're still a little ways away from triggering into Act 3, so we're still Act 2 here. Let's see what we got. 2 dice. Yeah, we did go off alone. We did the chase. I'll just take it back down to a monster attack.
There we go. Done. I mean, we're technically still running and hiding, so.
Yeah, everything's going crazy here. So, Bert, who's in the scene with you? Can't be me, can't be Barbara.
I mean, I do run around the backside of the 7-Eleven, which I'm sure is where Avery hangs out pretty regularly.
Yup.
And I'm like hiding from the creature, and there's is Avery.
She's standing, leaning up against the back wall, like, hey.
Yeah. And I think we'll do Lily too. Let's do both of the remaining children. I say children, teens, something, whatever they are.
Sure.
Maybe you guys are hanging out back there, and Bert rounds the corner, sweaty. His big belly's like bouncing as he's.
You all right, officer?
Oh, ladies, you must run, run.
Why?
The scary, shit, crazy hillbillies are here.
Oh, we gave him a hat. He's fine. He likes us.
These had no hats. These are different ones. Hatless hillbillies.
How many
Avery is wearing the same hat again. It's not the same one, but it's the same one.
How many hillbillies can there be in a city this big? I mean, really.
They seem to be multiplying. By my count, we have seen at least 10.
I mean,
Just looking at Avery.
maybe they're on vacation.
Why would the hillbillies come to the city for vacation?
That seems
Well,
counterproductive.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to speak up. I can't hear you over that city train.
That's an elevated train.
Yeah.
I mean, if okay. Listen, man. If you're in the city, you go to the country for vacation. But if you're in the country, where do you go?
To the mountains.
City.
Oh. Disney World.
I don't go to either of those places. I go somewhere expensive.
Where's that? No, don't. Ladies, you're distracting me.
You look like you need to calm down and take a breath.
I need to.
Here. You want something? Here. This'll help.
Avery, cop.
I wish
What have you got there, ma'am? Flash a flashlight in your eyes. What? Show me what's in your hand.
At that moment, around the corner from the 7-Eleven, holding a giant blue Slurpee, comes the leader of the hillbilly clan. Barbara, introduce yourself and attack them. Introduce your hillbilly character, that
Okay.
is.
It's coming around this 7-Eleven. You see about 7.5 feet tall, arms as thick as like a tree trunk, and this big gulp Slurpee sits like a shot glass in his massive hand. He's wearing nothing but red long johns, a stubbly beard, no mustache. Slung over his shoulder is a shotgun, and as he looks up at you, he snaps his fingers in. Hear that, family? Old Sawyer Johnson Doggers done caught him a few city folk.
Monster attack rolls for everybody.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh
Oh god. Okay.
Starting with Bert.
Yeah. So start with Bert. So Bert's going to because I'm so physically fit under my, bowl full of jelly. I'm gonna say Oh, no, what? No, I'm going to talk my way out of this one. Sir, I shine the flashlight at him. Sir, I'm going to need you to step back. I need to hold you for public indecency. I can see things, sir. Your lungeons are a bit snug. It is not appropriate in the city to let your bits be known.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you owned the city.
I serve this city.
Do you own this Quickie Mart, the 7-Eleven right here?
I frequent it about 3 times a day. I'm gonna roll for mouth. What am I gotta get 2 of whatever the number is.
Target number 5.
Oh,
Time out. Before you do that, producer point.
damn it.
Increase the stakes. Increase the target number to 5 for any one trait check for one player during a scene. Your mouth checks are now going to be 5 as he shoves the shotgun into your mouth and says, "Choose your words wisely, face."
Her mouth check is already 5.
It's already 5, so it would have to go to
never mind.
6.
And it doesn't.
And it doesn't.
Oh,
Never mind.
Never
you
mind.
Speak your
You
piece.
can save that for somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you said,
Someone's going to get a shotgun shoved in
sir,
their
I'm
mouth.
gonna need you to raise your hands above your head and pray I make a 5. Oh, I did it! Huh? I got 2. I got a 6 and a 5. I did it.
Oh. Okay.
He says, "Sir, I'm gonna need you to raise your hands above your head. I'm gonna have to take you in." And I pull out one of my stuffs, my handcuffs.
But there's a prop budget cut. Sorry, negate the automatic success gained by a character's use of stuff.
Damn it! All
She
right.
didn't use it for success.
I
She's
didn't
just
use it.
using narratively.
Yeah, I just did it narratively. So, sir, I'm gonna have to cuff you. Please.
Don't worry, Barbara.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to use a producer point soon.
It's coming. It's
You
coming.
just wait. I just want to use one. Take the gun, but I'm keeping this rugby.
Thank you, sir. And Bert cocks it over his shoulder, and he says, "Now, yeah, that's it. That's
Okay, Bert. Bert, who loses the die?
Bert, make sure that Lily loses a die. Lily loses the die.
Okay, Avery's up.
Avery is actually she's feeling kind of bold because she wasn't actually about to get caught. She was just gonna give the guy some aspirin, but you know, whatever. And so she puts the pill bottle back and she says, "Hey man, yeah, you gotta listen to cops. And here, let me help you." And she tries to actually start helping the cop to arrest the hillbilly because she's feeling gutsy. So she's gonna make a spirit check.
Okay.
I will now use my producer point to raise it from 3 to a 5.
Awesome.
Boom.
No, I didn't. I failed completely.
Aww.
I rolled 2 2s and a 1.
Oh.
So I am down to 2 dice.
And it's Lily.
Okay, so I'm going to use my quality silver tongue, and I'm going to make a mouth check. And pull out my shades, one of my stuffs, with my sunglasses at night, and just go, "Look, the thing is, I'm just too cool for you even to try to even attempt to kill me. So I'm just going to walk away. Just leave it at this."
Is that
And I'm
automatic
gonna-
success?
Is that what stuff does, or does it gives me one automatic success?
Gives you one automatic hit on a die, yeah, and then
Yeah.
you make your check like normal.
And then yep.
But so it's a mouth check, but you've got a silver tongue.
So mine is 3, and I have 2 in mouth.
So her target number is always 3
Oh, nice.
per mouth because she has a silver tongue, and she's got one freebie.
I have to get higher than a 2.
3 or better. You need.
I got a 3, 3, 4, and a 5.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, and Lily's just, "Good luck, Avery. Good luck, officer. I'm going home."
And who loses the die?
I'm taking it from Bert.
Oh.
Bert's down to 3. He finally
Are
made
we
it.
in the final? No, not yet.
No, everybody's got to be down to at least 3 dice or less. So I don't think we're there yet. I think for some reason this family over here, Randolph and Lily,
That's what you get for being dicks.
they've surpassed our
The dicks live longest.
our plans. Yeah.
So yeah, then Avery's going to be the main character. Bert's going to be the director.
Yep. So let me quick roll these 2 die here. Oh, okay. I see. I got. All right. We are going to do the argue. The characters get into a war of words. The lead player gets to choose what the argument is about. If they want to, they can assign that role to a different player whose character is also in that scene. There's no additional special rules, so okay. Avery.
Okay.
Who's in the scene?
Well, Avery finally got away from that weird cop who isn't really a great cop in the first place. And she found Lily again, and she's really upset that Lily left her. Lily straight up left. Don't do that. I expect they probably are somewhere near Bob. Bob's probably walking out and about, you know, late night.
I finally got out from under the car.
Yeah, he got out from under the car, and he happens to be walking down the street as Avery has found Lily.
Okay. Argue.
Yeah,
Let the argue now, ladies.
Lily, why would you leave me like that? You're not supposed to do that to friends, man.
She just, wait, I have a prop. looks at you and just goes, listen, I had things to deal with, and honestly, it was none of my business. That guy was really terrifying, and I thought the cop could handle it, and you were putting yourself in the middle of it, and I didn't want to deal with it.
Well, like, why didn't you just be like, hey, you shouldn't do that, or something like that, you know, like, grab me and leave?
None of my business. I've learned one thing from my stepfather, and it's that the Winthorpe Vanderbergs don't put ourselves in anybody's business that isn't going to benefit us, and getting shot by some creepy long john wearing hillbilly, definitely not gonna benefit us. It might benefit him.
I would like to interject that your family gets in my business plenty.
Who are you?
I'm Bab.
And that benefits me how?
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Your family just has no respect for me. You're constantly putting your stuff on my lawn, and you're just constantly invading my personal space. I kept telling you that you cannot keep your dog coming onto my lawn. And
I'm sorry that Poopsie likes your lawn.
You still continue to bring your dog onto my lawn, and he keeps leaving messes. That
Poopsie,
I end up having to clean up because your father will just laugh at me. And
as they're
one of the people who keeps
arguing, Avery will use her trick to remove herself from the scene before making a trait check. She's just gonna.
So the argument went from the two of you to the two of them.
Yeah.
As the rain.
That Lily is absolutely like not responsive to wanting to help Avery at all, and she's like, "Yeah, fuck, screw this girl." She's like, "I'm just gonna. You guys can." I'm gonna go smoke something or something.
Yeah. You like kind of disappear out of the scene as the camera pans out. It begins to rain, making the scene darker and scarier as Lily and Bob stand in the street arguing about God knows what. And you will need to make a trait check here. Let me just quick check what it is. You will need to do a mouth check, and it is a T and 4. So you're gonna need to roll a 4 or higher to qualify it in your count.
Who do you want to go first? Because Avery stepped out of the scene.
Clockwise around the table.
Yeah, clockwise. So Bob.
That would be Bob, and Bob passed.
Bob passed.
That is okay.
All right, great.
Okay, so my TN is a 3 because of Silver Tongue.
Bob, are you making somebody lose a die?
Yep, who's losing a die?
Just for the fun of it, Bob is actually going to lose his own die.
Bob's gonna die.
Yeah, Bob's gonna die on his own.
Maybe. I want to either die spectacularly or just laugh when I don't lose a die.
All right.
Okay.
Lily.
Surprisingly, I don't lose my own die.
What a perfect time for it to have happened, though.
Okay, now Lily goes.
Okay, yeah, I am good. I rolled a 3, 3, and a 4. Yeah, I'm good.
3, 3, and a 4, and you only needed 1.
I needed 3, I believe.
So if you needed 3, the check was a 4, and you only rolled 1 4.
What's your mouth trait?
A 3, a 2. My T9 is always a 3, and my mouth is.
Oh, because you had the trait. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So you're good.
No,
then.
I'm good.
Yeah, you're good then.
Okay, so who's losing a die, Lily?
I can't take it from Avery, so it's got to be Bob. I'm not taking it for myself.
Let's see if it happens again. Surprisingly, I don't lose my die again.
Bob's hanging around.
Bob's holding in there.
Both of these are incredibly bad because something weird has to happen in order for it to occur. I turn around to go back towards my house, and I end up stepping in your dog's droppings.
And Lily turns her nose up and just keeps walking away.
And I think that is the perfect end of that scene. As you both walk off in opposite directions in the middle of the night, the scene will pass now. Avery becomes the director?
No, Bob becomes the lead character, and the person to Bob's right becomes the director, and that's Barbara, who can still be the director.
Oh, I can. Nice. Still in Act 2.
Wait,
Right.
no, I was the director last scene, so Avery becomes the director, right?
It's always based on who becomes the lead character.
Oh.
Avery was the lead character. We skip over Barbara. Bob.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And the person to Bob's right becomes the directors. So that way the person to people who are out can still be the director.
I got you. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
So what's our scene?
We have a 6. The fake out scare. The characters venture into a scary situation together. So they see this.
Bob, who do you want in the scene with you?
I'm taking Bert.
It's a bird. Yeah. Okay. We go back.
Because I need to pester him about these pens more.
Oh, yes. Where are we, director?
Okay, we'll say you guys are. Let's see, not now. You got this. We'll say we're back at. We'll say we're still in front of the street,
Okay.
but you hear a big, giant motorized vehicle coming your way.
It's them again, Bob. Bob. I don't have my car this time. I don't know what to do if I don't have my car.
Maybe we could hide. Do you still have your gun?
I check. Yep. Uh-huh. And the shotgun.
Why haven't you used your gun at all on these people? they killed poor Barbara.
Bob, I didn't feel a need to raise a firearm yet. They haven't.
They killed a poor teenager.
That was a travesty. You're right, Bob. So, what do you want to do? You want to go handle them face on? That seems like a bad idea.
It's getting
I
closer
don't
from the
want to go
darkness.
handle them
Bob,
straight on.
we should get off the
What
street,
I
Bob.
think should happen is that I think you should go handle them head on, and I'm going to go and hide in the building.
Bob, you're gonna leave me? Bob?
I'm not going to leave you. I'm just going to go secure the perimeter.
Oh, good thinking, Bob. I like your, then you can flank them when I come in. Right, okay, cool. Bert puts the gun
What,
up
are you
next to his
crazy?
shoulder.
I don't have a gun.
I pass Bob the shotgun, and I pull my pistol off my hip. There you go, Bob.
I had to open my big mouth.
There you go, Bob. All right, Bob. Let's do this. And Bert is going to start down, I guess, the street towards the sound?
You stand in the middle of the road, and you see emerge in front of you is this. You see the silhouette of a massive, just mechanical contraption coming down your way.
What?
Not
Bob?
Foley work, though.
Bob?
What is it,
Just as
Bert?
it gets up to you, you hear, "Oh, hi, Bert," and you see this old fellow kind of sitting in the driver's seat of a street sweeper.
Oh.
As he,
Oh.
It's me. Oh, it's me, Jimbo. How you doing down there,
Jimbo,
Bert?
you scared the bejesus out of me. You know my blood pressure's bad.
Oh, I know your blood pressure's real bad there, Bob. But you know, I mean, Bert, whoever you are, this street's been real messy tonight. I'm finding all these old farming equipment.
It's you know, it's that Halloween.
Oh yeah, this is very
There-
good. Like dead cheerleader fake body down there. I just scooped into the sewer. I didn't
Sounds-
want to be dead. It looks real gross.
Bert, watch out! It's one of them hillbillies. Shotgun
that?
toss towards
Ah!
the sweeper.
Oh no. Do you blow his head off? Bob,
Yes.
no!
Bob fires the shotgun. And you see Jimbo just doing his little
Yeah.
as watermelon jelly.
Bert, I saved your life. Now maybe you can finally check who's stealing my pens.
Yeah, in slow motion, Bob's just like, or Bert's like, no, as the camera cuts. Scene. For time purposes, we're gonna move a little faster on the scenes, as they get shorter and faster towards the end of everybody's life. So, what's the check we have to make there, Mr. Director?
Spirit, something just brutally happened in front of you.
Oh,
4 is your target number.
Shit. Okay. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I got only one. I failed. Bert failed.
Bert dies.
No. You joined the clan. Who are you?
Guys?
Bert, who do you give your die to?
I-
The last one.
I
It can go to anybody.
was gonna say, I have 3 die.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I
I'm
lost
the
track.
one
I thought you were at
that-
2.
No, I have 3 die. So I do give one. I am gonna give one of my die away.
You know,
So-
you don't do that.
Oh, I don't have to. Oh, okay. Well, I fail. So I take a die away.
Right. So
Correct.
you go to 2. Gotcha.
So now I'm down to 2. Bert! Yeah. Bert didn't have such a great night. He just watched his innocent friend take the life of another. It was really a travesty. He tried to keep Bob pure and focused on pins and staplers, but he gave him a gun, and that was the first mistake.
Okay. Bob dies.
Bob dies.
Bob
Tell us how
dies!
Bob dies. Did you make your roll and lose 2 dice?
I failed my roll miserably.
Okay, so this is important. He was at 2 dice. You made him lose 1, or
He lost 2.
you lost 2, which put him down to 0. So he has no die to give away to anybody, which normally happens, and he still dies.
Yep.
Bob.
Bob is going out selfishly.
He's done with this horrible world.
Describe the death.
Oh God, I killed Jimmy. He was always so nice to me when he came down the street. Right? Why'd I have to kill Jimmy?
Jesus!
Oh.
And Bob disappears in a pink mist.
No!
Jeez.
Oh man.
Welcome to the family, Bob.
Bert just covered in gore now.
No! He's never ever gonna be the same. Not ever again.
Bob, you become a producer and gain 4 producer points. Way to bring the story down.
Right?
There's always got to be that one part in the horror movie, right?
Yeah. And Lily becomes the main character, and Bob can be the director.
Direct our next scene, friend. Roll us. I don't think. Wait, does everybody have 3 dice or less? Both of you still sitting on a lot of die. Yeah.
No,
Wait,
Randolph-
I have 5 die.
but somebody died, right? Doesn't that take us to the next one? Or is that not
No,
going 2x?
we need one more death.
Oh.
We need half the characters, or everybody at 3 dice or less.
Bert is close.
Yep.
So is
Just a note, Chelsea, you were making a comment of trying to keep things moving along here. As much as possible, everybody in the scene.
Okay, yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. We'll just plan moving forward. Everybody's in the scene because we're coming down to the end of the movie.
Yep.
Yes. So stand up to someone. The lead character takes a stand against one of the other characters in the scene.
Well, even though everyone's in it, she's clearly going to stand up to her dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stepfather.
You are sick and tired of your dad running around. Now you find out he's snorting cocaine. Let's go.
without you.
Without you.
Without me.
The most important one.
God. We're bad people. It's great.
I mean, she was smoking stuff behind the 7-Eleven with Avery when the cop came around. Let's be honest. That's what they were.
First time. I think you just see Lily like holding this little baggie in front of Randolph's face. What the hell is, if my mother finds out about this, you're gone.
While Avery's behind her going,
Bert steps up and says, "Ma'am, what have you got there in your hands?"
I think we all know what this is, and it's my stepfather's.
Well, it's in your hands, ma'am.
I found it in his...
Randolph snatches it out of her hands and swallows it.
Bert, sir, I'm gonna have to take you in for messing with evidence.
I mean, take him in, please. I'm calling my mother, and I'm sure that she'll have the divorce papers drawn up like that. She never falters.
Well, I don't want to be the cause of any divorce. I just need to make sure we get the excessive...
please be the cause. Please be the cause.
Great. I'm very confused as to what I'm doing here. I just was running. My friend might have done something terrible, and then something terrible again. And Bert just starts sobbing in the street.
"Oh man, chill out. Here, take aspirin," and Avery will try to give him a tap of ecstasy.
Oh,
And play
okay.
it off like it's aspirin. Yeah, man.
That is really sour aspirin. Tastes like sucking on a battery.
Yeah, no. It's okay. Just wash it down with some water. There you go.
All I have is this beer. I don't know
Okay, wash it down with
Jeez.
That's fine too.
And Bert washes the X tab down.
Holy shit!
Unknowingly, you just drugged a cop, Avery. You've stepped it up in the criminal underworld. All right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but 3 out of the remaining 4 characters are now high.
True story. This is a true story. Yeah.
I have to mark off one of my
All of
stuff.
them would be.
Are we on trade checks?
I think we are at this
I
point.
just used one of my stuff.
Ah.
I only gave her one, so you know what? I'm gonna take the other one.
Oh.
Because why the fuck not?
Now we're all.
And then Avery will have the accomplishment of getting high with a cop.
Oh, the things we can brag about. So.
Director, what's our check? What's our check?
It is a spirit check.
Oh, I have no spirit. It's been
This is
Five.
bad.
killed by the.
Starting-
I can't even.
Starting
make
with Lily.
Yeah, this is bad. I'm going to use my last trick and remove myself so I don't have to make a trait check. So I'm out.
All right, Randolph is going to make a spirit check.
Can I, as a producer, use the positive audience test to force one character that is not currently in the scene to enter the scene? So can I make her come back in?
You're like, no, ma'am, you're gonna be on set today.
Yes.
The audience likes you. So now you do have to make your check.
God damn it, really?
You left me to die, bitch.
I guess I should have warned everybody. This is an adult channel. I hope everybody there's feeling adult tonight because we're killing.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Yeah, I can't even make my because I have to get 3, and
We're
I
getting to you.
only have 2.
Lily loses a die. Randolph is going to make a check. His spirit is his best trait.
Oh, like Koki does.
And he fails it.
Oh!
That's target number 5. So I'm going to lose a die. And Bert?
Bert can't make it because he doesn't have enough dice. I need 3 is my number.
Your trait check is, your mouth is 3?
Oh, it's not a mouth, it's spirit, right?
Or sorry, spirit. Your spirit's 3?
3 and I only have 2 die.
Do you have stuff left?
No, I had a flashlight with low batteries and...
Did you use your stuff to get a free hit?
I used the handcuffs and...
You used it narratively.
Oh, but I didn't, use it. I don't know.
Yep. Figure out how you can use your stuff as part of a spirit gutsy check.
Okay.
And you at least have a chance.
Bert, beginning to... Yeah.
I'm gonna just stop you right there.
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and just say that negate whatever it is you're doing.
Bert,
Oh, your prop budget busted you out. You lost your stuff.
I lost my handcuffs. They were cheap anyways.
Okay, so now you can't make your check.
I can't make the check, so I get rid of a die, yes?
Yep.
And that puts me down to 1 dice?
Yep. And you got to give that away and die.
I'm going to give it away to Avery. Avery gets the die. And if you remember correctly, Bert mentioned his high blood pressure and heart condition earlier. And Avery just fed this police officer ecstasy. And you see as he tries to handcuff himself to the light pole, and somebody runs on set and rips it free of his hand as he's like, but he's also touching himself because it feels good as he dies. And so he's very confused. And he does, in fact, not die at the hands of the crazy-ass hillbillies, but at the hands of the stoner that fed him a tab of ecstasy. And he dies with a smile on his face. I really shouldn't be laughing.
And Avery gets to make a check. And Avery has more dice now.
Yes, and I did use my stuff in a very spirited way. So does that give me 1 auto success?
1 auto hit for your target number, yep.
Okay, my
Unless
target number.
Chelsea wants to negate it with her producer points.
Oh, I get some, right? 3 points is where I'm at?
Yeah, you've got 3 producer points.
Sorry to roll.
And how much is it? It's 5?
Target number spirit, target number 3. Or sorry, no, for this scene is target number 5, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to use it or not?
Yeah,
This is
I'm gonna
so
say
big.
we've got to increase. I'm gonna use 1. You got to increase the stakes, which means the TN
It's already 5.
Oh, well, then I can't do that one.
You can take her stuff away.
Okay. Well, we'll take your props then. Yeah, I'll do another budget cut. If Bert can't die handcuffed to a pole, damn it, then you can't have your stuff either.
Wait, but the stuff I used, I gave to Bert, and that's what killed him.
Oh, so there is nothing left.
Okay. No.
Well, that's narratively. I mean, the point is she's not letting you use stuff, so you have to just make it.
Yeah, so no stuff.
Perfect. Then I fail.
Stuff for you.
then I fail.
Every drug you had.
And you drop back to 2, right?
Yep.
And we still we've got 3 dead characters, so that's Act 3.
Oh, moving on to the finale. The family still stands.
Yipper. Randolph is in this scene.
Yep.
Bob, you get to continue being the director, since this is one of those situations where technically Lily should be the director, but just to keep it simple, and we can keep everybody in the scene, we'll let Bob be the director.
Sounds good. All right, Bob, roll us up. Oh.
I think he's frozen.
He looks to be frozen. So I'm going to quick roll it up so that we can keep moving. That is very high. I've never rolled one that high before. That would be play it smart. The characters come up with a smart plan to deal with the monster. High as a kite in the middle of the street, over Bert's dead body. None of this will stand anymore.
A smart plan, huh? Okay, so everybody's in the scene with me.
Correct.
Our 2 remaining characters besides Randolph. All right, what are we gonna do? We got crazy ass hillbillies hunting us down, and he's still all hopped up on coke.
Why don't you just offer them some money, buy their land out for them, so no one can hunt on it?
That sounds like a great idea. Where are my credit cards? He starts digging through all of his stuff.
I don't think they take plastic, you idiot. Go to the bank and get some
Give
cash.
them your cards.
Randolph looks around and finds an ATM, and starts fumbling with his wallet and gets his cash card out, and drops his wallet, and everything else goes flying, including another little packet of white powder. And he runs to the ATM and starts withdrawing money.
As you're standing there, you begin to hear a behind you, Randolph.
He labors at getting the ATM to spit money out, and starts telling it to go faster, 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 faster. And he's got a wad of cash, and he turns around holding a wad of bills.
And
she looks at the... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So she looks at the hillbillies and is just like, look, I know you don't really understand real estate, and I get that. That's cool. But let us just give you this money. No one will come on your land anymore, since that's what pisses you off so much. You can just buy this land and leave us all alone.
And I throw the money at him, and that's our plan.
All right. Well, then this is technically a monster attack, but you guys are I'm going to say your plan is actually your attack. So what are you attacking with? Is that your brain or your spirit?
Lily's using her brain.
Okay.
Avery threw this actually as soon as she saw the hillbillies. She just booked it.
Okay.
So she's going to use body to try to just get out of there, because she's like, oh yeah, you can pay them, and then she's like, nah.
Right.
Randolph is looking to, he considers this a smart move. He's just going to buy him off. He's done it before. He's bought plenty of people off.
Right.
This is a brains check. This is just a smart move.
Okay. I can't write that off the ground. But...
Yeah.
Okay. So if you used brain, you're going to get an automatic, in this scene, you get a +1 to the success. In this case of the trait check, it is a refer to monster for trait checks and TN. I'm going to say it doesn't really say, so we're going to say this is a brains check and it's a 3.
And I can't make that check.
Oh, you can't?
Nope. Gonna kill him. Gonna get him closer to death.
I rolled a 4. Well, with my extra, I got a 4.
So I lose my die. Avery, what happens with Avery?
She can't make her check. She wanted to run away, but she can't.
Okay.
So I actually just lose my die, and that was my last one. I'm sacrificing myself here.
So you've got one die left. You give away to somebody?
Yep. I'm gonna give it to Randolph.
Okay.
Randolph gets the die.
And how does Avery go out?
Avery sees the hillbillies coming, and she just immediately she drops the pipe that she had in her hand that she was about to like start smoking with. She drops it and it shatters and it pulls their attention away and they just shoot her. And she's like standing up against the brick wall and they're like, man, sorry. And then next thing you know, she's just splattered on the wall.
It might have been that ecstasy.
Well, I mean, she was not coordinated at all.
Oh,
She's not going anywhere.
Suddenly she looks like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what? She went out feeling real good.
There he is.
All right.
All right, and you get 2 producer points, and Lily becomes the main
Oh,
character.
he's back.
And now we have to, we absolutely have to have everybody, the 2
Yep.
remaining characters in every scene.
Correct.
I wanted to take a dice from Randolph because I succeeded.
Oh, okay, you can do that.
Yeah.
So that drops me. Who wants to be
help you.
director? Let's mix her up.
I want to be director.
Do it.
Go it.
Who?
Me?
Lily's gonna be the director.
You're the main character.
Oh, but you're the you
Oh.
can't because it's actually your
Okay,
scene.
sorry.
Why don't we have
Sorry.
Avery be the director since she just so gave her life?
Okay, so okay, this one's called Eureka. The characters discover an important clue or figure something out about the situation or monster that will help them deal with things. If the scene comes up a second time, it instead becomes something else.
Randolph is screwed.
And I have no special rule for this.
Okay.
All right.
Lily, you're the main character, and we discover something important that will help us.
I think we're back at Randolph's house.
We've run away. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's Bob that has this clue that
Run away.
it's Randolph's business that, like, even though we gave them the money, it's Randolph's business that was trying to buy their land out.
And that's why.
Yeah, they're so specifically after like Randolph and the people who've been around Randolph.
Nice tie-in.
Randolph doesn't seem to give a crap. He didn't care. He says, "All right, that's the nature of business. Those people got in the way. They were stupid. They got themselves killed. This is going to pay for your college, little girl."
I'm going to college on a full scholarship, thank you very much. Why don't you just let them go? Just let go of the Bob, that's your name, right? Bob.
Randolph.
Nice enough to bring us this information.
Oh.
Why don't you just let this go?
Randolph gets on his phone to talk to your mother again, and starts berating your mom and talking smack about you and talking terrible things about you and screaming about how this business deal was going to make everybody very rich, and now your stupid good for nothing daughter is just she's ungrateful and she's causing problems, blah 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 blah, and it goes on and on. And that's kind of where that goes. I mean, this is the eureka moment, I guess. It's like, this reveals what's going on here.
Yeah.
So what is their trait check for the scene, Avery?
There it is. Brains.
Ooh, I will roll.
Great, and I'm going to increase the stakes.
Target number 4.
Yeah, target number 4.
I'm going to increase the stakes to 5 for this scene.
For whom?
For Randolph.
Okay.
I have a 1 brain. I'm very smart. I am going to college on scholarship.
I'm going to spend a producer point and make it 5 for Lily as well.
Oh!
Don't worry, I failed anyway.
Randolph, do you fail? Or succeed?
Well, let Lily resolve.
Oh, that's
who's really
right.
making these die. Or you failed, so you lose
I
a die.
failed. I lost my die. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then Randolph gets to his turn. He has 2 dice left. His brains is a 4. He has not enough stuff to do this. He can't possibly make this check. He was screwed the moment the scene was rolled. And so Randolph is screaming and yelling at his wife. And
I think while you're screaming and yelling at your wife on the phone, Lily is screaming and yelling at you, and it's just
and complaining about his ungrateful stepdaughter. And he's utterly oblivious to seeing the gigantic 7.5-foot tall, barrel-chested, arms as thick as tree trunks. What was his name, Bob? Or sorry, Barbara. What was his name?
I'm Sawyer Johnson Dogger.
Comes in with 2 pitchforks. And what do you do?
He says, "Oh, triplets, it's time to eat." As Chelsea's Avery said, Bob's nibblies come charging in.
Oh,
They
goody,
look
Paul.
nothing alike.
I'm so hungry.
Oh boy, it's gonna be so city folk tonight.
City folk tastes good with ketchup on it.
oh my god.
Anybody bring that there ketchup?
Oh, I got some in my drawers. Hold on.
And Paw skewers Randolph through the face with one of the pitchforks and through the crotch with the other.
Here's the good part.
Lifts him up and carries him outside to the backyard where they have started a fire, and he puts the 2 pitchforks down with the body suspended over the fire and starts roasting him as he shudders and dies on the pitchforks, and that is the end of Randolph.
Lily has not reacted.
Now
Ketchup splatters across her face.
Dance around each other's arms.
And at this point, we abandon the act scene structure. Lily is the only character left.
Yep.
Tell us how the story ends, Lily.
I think Lily goes outside to the barbecue happening and just watches it for a moment. Mr. Hillbilly, sir. She just looks at him. Since he's dead, I have control of all of his assets now. If you want your land, you can have it. You just took care of a huge problem for me. I'd like to thank you personally. And I think as she goes to shake his hand, he skewers her too.
Tricky.
Turducken, as I toss her onto her dad.
And credits roll.
Credits roll. We did it!
That was so much fun.
Yeah, awesome. And relatively on time. We're only a couple minutes over. So let's go around very quickly as to not keep these lovely people who have volunteered their time and their lives to tonight's stream. Let's actually start with Craig, both the writer of this game and our coked out businessman, Randolph.
What am I doing?
Tell us who you are and where we can find you online, Craig.
Yeah, I'm Craig Campbell. I'm the guy at NerdBurger Games. I made a game called Murders and Acquisitions, another one called Capers that just fulfilled. That's superpowered gangsters in the 1920s. And you can find both of those at drivethrurpg.com. You can learn all about the stuff that I'm working on at nerdburgergames.com. I am at nerdburgercraig on the Twitters. And as of 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern tomorrow, I should be kicking off the Kickstarter for this game, Die Laughing, to turn this into a real honest-to-goodness a game that people can actually hold in their hands and read and love and, take ecstasy while they play.
Well, it was definitely full of ecstasy. Thanks, Craig. Yeah.
Be responsible, kids.
Be responsible.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Do not, whatever you do, ever sneak any substance to any person.
Yeah.
It is fine to pretend that you're doing it and thing like this, but it's not like a real thing that you should do, and that never mess with people's food.
Right, kids watching from home, please
Sorry,
don't
yes,
drug
thanks.
cops or do the horrible things that we did.
Clubbing people in half with a rusty
Right.
old house. Cool. If they deserve it, just get them.
Just get them. But that being said, if you liked this game, like Craig said, the Kickstarter will launch tomorrow. I am going to get a tweet out tomorrow morning with a special link. Craig will have one, so make sure to follow all of that. And if you are interested in learning a little bit more about capers, guess what? I'm running it right here on my channel in November. It starts next week. Wednesday next week, right here. I'm so excited. We are doing 1920s New Orleans.
Nolans.
Low Bayou action. So it should be a ton of fun. So you can come check that out. I'm really excited for it. And let's hop over. Let's go. Our stoner. How are you, Eris?
Hello. I am Eris Vaughn. I had so much fun. Thank you for asking me. I'm so glad I was actually able to play tonight. I make dice trays and I play a lot of games and I do a bunch of random stuff on the internet. You can find me at Eris Savad on Twitter, just like the scene right here below. If you go to erisavad.com, you'll see a bunch of cool dice trays, dice bags, and RPG extras that I've started doing on there. So that's so much fun.
They're really beautiful.
Yeah.
Should definitely check her out. And she will be back, actually. I haven't made... Oh, thank you for that follow out there. I haven't made the official announcement yet, but she will be joining us for one of our games in the month of December, coming your way. So be on the lookout. Somebody that frequents this channel, Mr. Rimley Farr.
Hey, it's me, Rim. Had a blast today, being aggressive. So you can, I write D&D, adventure commissions, things like that, RPGs. So if you have a good idea, but don't have a way to make it happen, I'm open for business. Right now I finished my most recent clients. That's my website and my Twitter. If you want to follow me and see what I do. I am now open for commissions, even though I am working on my own personal projects. I can always put them aside for money now.
True story. And Rim, actually, we decided just the other day, my next Sunday Fun Day, which is going to be coming up in November, we're actually going to be running one of Rim's modules, which I'm very excited about. I adore his style, and I'm very excited to show off a lot of this stuff. I think this one's going to be the perfect module for Sunday Fun Day. So if you want to check out more of Rim's writing, I'll literally be using some of it here. So you can come check that out. Next up, how are we, Virus?
Oh, I'm pretty good. You can, of course, find me at the handy-dandy Twitter link down below me.
Yes.
I am not dead, despite all outward appearances. You can also find me on Twitch, although that will be undergoing a little bit of remodeling soon.
Hey, remodeling's good. Everybody wants to watch the remodeling process.
Right? So just follow me on Twitter to keep up to date on that. Yes.
Yeah. I was really glad to finally get you at the table. We've been trying forever with schedules and stuff to get you here. So I know this was only a one-off, and we're going to continue. I will ask you back. We will figure it out. But thank you for turning up. And my lovely Katie Face, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. This was a blast.
I thought you would love this.
Yes, I totally do. You know me. You know me very well. I'm Katie. You can find me on my personal Twitter at KatieFace. You can also find me. I run communication, social media for Off the Table, off_the table on Twitter and Twitch. That's also where you can find me a lot through the week, playing D&D, Burning Wheel, Urban Shadows. I am also the keeper for Monster of the Week there. I play in a John Harper, Lady Blackbird campaign. On Tuesday afternoons, I'm over on the Greyhawk channel playing some good old D&D. Thursdays, I am on Scraticus's channel emceeing Monster Hearts 2. You can also find me some Saturdays on Power Score RPG playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I'm going to be, every now and then I play some good just one-shots, starting a campaign soon on my own channel on twitch.tv/KatieFace. And I launched a Patreon today in order to, if you'd like me to run games for you, one-shots, campaigns, things like that. If you just want an excuse to play a game. Everything I do is on my Twitter because I do so much I don't sleep. I don't know how to say no. Just shoot me a follow and reach out. Just talk about games with me. I love talking about games and tons of systems that aren't D&D. Even though I love it, just I like to go away from D&D.
You sound like me. And that's actually one of the things I guess I can talk about my channel is I'm taking a little veer. The only D&D you're probably going to see right here on my channel is going to be Sunday Fun Days, these ridiculous one-offs where everybody's invited. So first things first, if you want to get at the table for a Sunday Fun Day, you need to join my Discord, which is open to everybody. It's I love my community there. We talk weird things sometimes. It's not always tabletop. There's even a place where you can post pictures of your fur babies. So come post pictures of your fur babies and come and talk. And all of my cast and crews for the shows coming up are all there too, so you can chat with them if you have questions about characters and things like that. But I am Little Red Dot. This is my channel. I am going to be launching indie games and testing of indie games coming up every Wednesday or Fridays in months. We're going to be running little 4-session campaigns. We just closed out The Fate of the Anchorman, which was a blast, and you can start catching those YouTube videos already up, and I'll be posting more as we go along. If you don't already know, I too am trying to take the next big step, and you can help me make that happen on my Patreon or my Ko-Fi. Seriously, just buy me a cup of coffee. Like, there is no greater gift in the world than a good cup of coffee. So lots of ways to support. If you don't already follow the channel, please go ahead and just hit that follow button. That way you always know when we go live. And next up, of course, is going to be this lovely little thing. And when I'm not here playing indie games, I'm over on a ton of other awesome networks like Nerd Immersion on Mondays. I'm with the North by Northwest podcast. You can also check me out over on Unmade Gaming, Greyhawk channel, Roll For It, and I just joined the cast of a game over on Monty Cook's channel for Cypher Systems. So almost every day of the week you can see me rolling dice somewhere. So follow me on Twitter or Twitch, and it'll keep you up to date on all of that kind of stuff. If you dropped by today, thank you, thank you. And remember, this game goes live tomorrow on Kickstarter. Go show Craig some love. Let's get this game out there because everybody deserves to make their own god-awful B-rated horror movie. You see how easy it is and just how botched up people can really, really be. So if you want to bring it to your table, there's only one way to do that, and that's to support Craig and this game coming out tomorrow. So until then, I remind you, don't take life too seriously, people. Life is meant to be enjoyed, just like we kind of did tonight, though it got a little serious. Not really. We've been ecstasy to a police officer. So, until next time, I wish you the best, and we'll be right back here Wednesday of next week doing some more streaming. Until then, bye everybody.